The centrist liberal D66 party, led by Rob Jetten, has officially beaten the far-right Party for Freedom in the Dutch general election. Zelensky says Russia has deployed around 170,000 troops in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, where they are trying to capture the stronghold of Pokrovsk. The centrist liberal D66 has officially beaten the far-right Party for Freedom and become the biggest winner of this week's nail-biting snap parliamentary election race in the Netherlands. With nearly all votes counted, Dutch press agency ANP announced that Geert Wilders' PVV no longer has a chance at overtaking the D66 led by Rob Jetten.
In campagnetijd is het ook belangrijk dat partijleiders vanuit hun idealen proberen zoveel mogelijk stemmen binnen te slepen. En nu hebben we een andere verantwoordelijkheid, namelijk zorgen dat het land weer in beweging komt.
The remaining votes come from just one municipality, Venray, where a fire that broke out in the town hall delayed ballot counting. Also remaining are the mail-in ballots from voters living abroad, which will be announced by Monday. Their win means D66 will take the first initiative in forming a coalition and puts Jetten as a likely candidate for prime minister. Jetten's wish to build a centrist coalition will depend on the willingness of major parties on the left and the right to collaborate. Russia has deployed around 170,000 troops in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Friday. Russian forces are trying to capture the stronghold of Pokrovsk there in a major push for battlefield victory. Zelensky acknowledged that some Russian units had infiltrated the city, but insisted that Ukrainian defenders are weeding them out.
Покровську є русські, наші їх знищують потрохи. Тому що, треба берегти також особовий склад.
Zelensky rejected recent Russian claims that the devastated city is surrounded after more than a year of fighting. Russian President Vladimir Putin has recently claimed that Russian forces are making significant advances on the battlefield, though their progress has been slow and costly in troops and weapons. The European Commission has expressed confidence that a deal to allow the UK to take part in one of the EU's flagship defence programmes will be concluded over the next 2 weeks. Brussels and London have been negotiating since this summer to let the UK join the EU's Security Action for Europe programme, also known as SAFE. It aims to boost joint procurement of European-made weapons amid the bloc's rearmament drive against Russia. EU member states have until the end of November to submit their national plans detailing how they would spend the shares they have been allocated under the €150 billion defence loan scheme. As a third country, the UK's contribution is currently limited to a maximum of 35%. But if the deal is struck, it will be treated like an EU member state with no cap.
The Latvian parliament voted on Thursday to withdraw from the Istanbul Convention, a treaty that opposes domestic violence and violence against women. Nevertheless, the country would still be obliged to apply parts of the treaty, even if its exit is finalized, the European Commission has said. This text on preventing and combating violence against women and domestic violence is signed and ratified by 39 European and Central Asian countries. As the EU joined as a whole, the treaty is legally binding for all EU member states, the Commission said on Friday. For a Latvian NGO, the Istanbul Convention led to major improvements.
For the first time, we have created the National Action Plan on Alleviating Violence, which is a 5-year plan. For the first time, we have introduced the definition of sexual harassment in our law, which did not exist until November last year. We have improved our criminal law. We have included emotional abuse into our criminal law.
The European Commission has yet to comment directly on the vote. It says, however, that it wants to wait until the national process in Latvia has been completed before doing so. Latvia's exit from the treaty is currently pending approval from the country's president.